Alright guys, so let's get this started. I do not have any makeup on besides my brows, and I carved out my eyebrows. I will do my makeup off camera after I do my eyes on camera. If I have any eyeshadow that falls down, it's called fallouts, I can just wipe it and then put foundation on. So if you're a beginner, I think this is what you should do. You do your eyes first and then continue with your face. Alright guys, so I am going to use the Beauty Glaze palette. This is a dupe for the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I did do a video on this palette and the Jaclyn Hill, like comparing them. So if you haven't seen it, I will link the video somewhere on my screen at the end of the video, and then you can just tap it and go see it if you want. Alright guys, so in the palette, I'm going to start with this color right here. It does not have any names in this palette, so it's second row down, fourth one in. And I'm going to use my Morphe M505. And I like it because it's nice and fluffy. So I can go on my lid and a little bit higher, but I don't go all the way up to the brow bone. This is just going to be a transition color. And I'm just going to build it up. But right now, just tap in the brush and continue doing circular motions and windshield wipers. Circular motions and windshield wiper. Just keep building it up guys, and what I mean by that is keep tapping the brush into the eyeshadow and come back to your eye and then do circle motion and windshield wiper. When you dip your brush into the eyeshadow, don't swipe it like this, you tap it. You're still going to have some fallout, so tap some of that eyeshadow off before you go into your eyes. It doesn't really matter much in the beginning when you're using the light colors to do this, but as you build and get darker colors, you don't want all the eyeshadow coming down here. I mean, you're going to get some eyeshadows like down here, but not as much as if you don't tap it. Alright guys, so moving on, I'm going to use this color right here. And it's third row down, fourth one in. It's right below the first transition color. And the reason I'm using that one is because I want to intense that transition color. Circular motions guys, and always start in the end. Well, you don't always have to start in the end, but typically if you're just like a beginner, you want to start in the end, get most of the eyeshadow right at the end, and then swipe it in. It's called windshield wipers because it's just like what windshield wipers do. Go back and forth, circle motion, back and forth. So I'm still using the same brush guys, a Morphe 505, but I didn't go as high as the first eyeshadow. I kind of stayed on my crease and kind of swipe. It's going to go up a little bit and like further down as well, but don't worry about that because this is just transition colors, just building that transition color up a bit. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm going to use this color right here. Is right next to the second transition color, and again I'm just building it up, and again I am just using the same brush guys, and I am building that transition up. You always want to start light and build up versus dark first, because if you go dark you can't fix it unless you take it off and start all over again. I mean, once in a blue moon you can break those rules and can start dark, but I think that as a beginner you should start light and go into dark. Circular motions, windshield wiper. Circular motion, windshield wipers. If you go out a bit, it's okay because we're going to wipe that off at the end. That's why I don't like doing foundation first. The only time I do my foundation first is if I'm just going to do my eyes online. But because this is a video for beginners, I kind of want you guys to see, you know, how I do it every day. And it's just, I think, simple. I guess easier for you guys. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to go into this brown right here. Now this is where you really do want to like tap this eyeshadow off so you don't have fallout like right in here. Even though you can still wipe it, but it just makes it simple and you're not like too much of a hot mess. Do circular motions and windshield wipers. And stay on the crease and the outer corner, but don't go too high guys in the outer corner. And I'm just gonna bring it all the way in. Some people stop like right here, you can do that too, but I decide to bring it all the way in. It's up to you, your preference, what kind of look you want to end up with. I like bringing it all the way in. I tapped it again and doing circular motion and windshield wiper. If you want, guys, look back, and when you look back like this, you can see your whole eyelid and make sure that you're getting all your crease, because sometimes if you're like looking down, you can't really see, especially when you do the second eye, so you can see that it's even. And you see how there's a mess there? Don't worry about that. Once I'm done the top of my eyes, I will wipe, put foundation on, and then do underneath my waterline and all that. So just step by step, don't freak out, because at first it's gonna look messy and then it will all fall in place. Alright guys, so next I'm gonna use this black right here. And the brush I'm gonna use is my favorite brush, and it's the Morphe M507. I love this brush, guys, so much. I've always said it. It's just so tiny, and you can really get in that crease and stay in that crease if you don't want to go too high or too low. This is perfect. Make sure you tap that off. And then with this one, I'm going to just do circular motions in the end, and I'm going to stop like halfway. Circular motion and stop halfway. And again, circular motions. If you want to just tap at the ends, that you can do that too with the black, and then do circular motions and then go halfway in. But again, that's up to you. If you want to go all the way in with the black, you can. Just take your time with it, because black is, you know, it's dark. Okay guys, with a clean pencil brush, it has to be clean. Go right next to where the dark and the brown meet, and kind of like smudge it out a little bit, just so you can blend that line in. Alright guys, so moving on, I'm going to wipe the fallout now with my facial cleansing wipe, Avocado. I love these freaking wipes so much. It's crazy. They smell so good, and they're so good for my face. Like, they don't dry me out, they don't burn my face, they don't break me out. Did I say that already? It's just so good. Alright guys, so what you do is you put the wipe on your finger, and you're going to use your finger and your fingernail to softly, this is the most delicate area on your face, so you can get like crow's feet really fast, so do it softly. And then wipe, always wipe up, so it can lift your, it gives it an illusion that you're nice and lit, especially for me that I'm 40. I definitely don't want to go and wipe down, because it's gonna make me appear like I have droopy eyes and all that. As you can see, you see how it wipes. I still have to wipe a little bit more, but you see how I brought it up. Okay, with a pencil brush, a clean pencil brush, get a light color from the palette. I'm just gonna mix these two together, this one and this one together, and I'm gonna put it on my brow bone, because I find that I went with my transition a little higher than I prefer. So I want to clean my brow bone a little bit so it won't look so dark. You see how I lightened that up again? Okay guys, so now I'm going to do my wing. It's really hard to do wings on camera that you guys can see kind of like the angle, because sometimes I cover it up with my hand. Ugh, just all over. So I'm going to try my best for you beginners. Okay guys, the same thing. If you find like your wing is one higher than the other one, I personally like to wipe my liner with a wipey, so I'm using the same Avocado ones. You can use whatever, you know, works for you. And then I like to kind of slowly wipe and make it nice and straight. I find that they came out pretty even, so there's really nothing I can wipe right now. I could be wrong. Right now they look pretty even. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Maybelline Total Temptation for my mascara, and I'm also going to put some falsies on, and I'll show you guys how to put falsies on, how to cut the falsies, because my daughter asked me the other day, where do you cut falsies at? And I'm like, oh my god, I just totally forget to show you guys. I know there's a lot of people that do know, but there's some new makeup artists or even just younger girls that are beginning to, you know, put makeup on and they don't know where to cut the falsies at. I'm going to use my Wispies by Ardell. I think that these are the most natural false lashes in my opinion, and I think these are perfect for beginners, and you can get them at CVS. I need to go get more because I don't have any left. I buy these once a week, guys, because the band is really thin, so I don't like to use the falsies twice. Like once I use them, take them off at the end of the night, I just toss them because the band are really thin. If the bands were fatter, I would probably keep them maybe 2 or 3 times, clean them up, and then reuse them, but these, no point of reusing them. The band is really thin, and I don't know, it just makes a mess in my opinion. Okay guys, so when you remove the falsies from the little container thing, you have to remove them from the longer side and not the shorter side, because we have the short side here, your lashes are shorter here and they're longer here. So you want to take them out from the longer side and then slowly peel it off. Be careful because they will break easy, especially because the band is thin. And now I'm going to try to get closer to the camera. If you guys can tell, this side is longer than this side. Let me just hold it in the middle. Oh gosh, don't break on me. So you see how this side is a little shorter than this side. So you want to first measure your eye with the eyelashes, or the eyelashes onto your eye. The strip has a little bit of like tackiness. That is not the glue, but that actually is going to help you measure your eye. So what you do is obviously get a mirror, and then you place it on there and see if you know you need to cut anything. In my case, I don't need to cut anything. This is like nice, perfect length for me. But if you have smaller eyes and you need to trim it, the place that you trim it is in the longer side, because there's more longer than shorter. So let's just say you needed to trim this side and you had a ready measure, you trim it on the longer side. And if I were you, I would go little by little, like just snip it off. I can't snip it off because I need this length, because I'm going to put the falsies on at the moment. When you place your lash on with the glue, make sure that you put the lash that belongs on your right side on the right side. Always pay attention that the shorter lash goes in your inner corner of your eyes. So if you put it on this side, this is going to be longer, and that's not how our lashes work. We always have shorter to longer. Okay, so how to apply the glue into the lashes. I'm just going to put the glue right here, and then I'm going to get the end of a brush, guys, and I'm going to just tap the end of the brush like that. And then with the end of the brush that has glue, go on the strip and slowly put the glue on. I like to put a little bit more glue on the ends, both ends of the falsies, because you ever find that once in a while you're like talking to somebody and their falsies are like lifting either side. That's happened to me before. So make sure you put enough glue on the whole strip, but pay attention to those corners. Otherwise, you're gonna look like a weirdo talking to somebody. Your lashes is like. Don't put the lashes right away as soon as you put the glue. You have to let that glue dry a little bit, and it has to be tacky before you put it on. Otherwise the falsies are gonna kind of slide around, and that lash glue will go up on your eyeshadow, and you're just gonna screw everything up. So just wait until the glue gets tacky. Okay, so the glue is nice and tacky, and what I do is I kind of like tilt the lashes like inward, and then just place them on there and leave them alone for 2 seconds or so. I sometimes use lash applicator, and sometimes I use my fingers to apply them, but I'm just going to use my finger today because not a lot of people use lash applicators. And what I do is just kind of like softly push them in to my eye, and then once I see that they're like placed nicely, then I pinch them a bit, but slowly. Okay guys, so now I have some of my makeup on, so I'm going to move on with the eyeliner. And I got this liner, I think in Gem Beauty, and I never opened it, and I opened it the other day and I put it on. I'm like, oh my god, this is such a good eyeliner. So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to put it in my tight line, This part right here tickles a little bit, so be prepared to like blink a lot and maybe tear a little bit if you're not used to it. It helps if you look kind of like down a bit. And the reason why you should put your liner, the black liner, on your tight line is because it finishes up the look up on top. I'm gonna look up so you guys can see. So you need a liner up there. That's a must. If you have like makeup on and mascara on, this is a must. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm gonna do right underneath my waterline, I'm gonna put some eyeshadow on. I'm gonna start with the darker transition color, this one right here. And I'm just using an angle brush, guys. You can use a flat brush as well, and you can also use a pencil brush. But right now I'm just gonna use the angle brush from e.l.f. I believe this one is. Yes, e.l.f. And just tap the eyeshadow in. Okay, once you tap it on, guys, then get a pencil brush, or this is a short shadow brush, and just kind of smudge it out so it won't be like a precise line. You want everything to kind of fall softly, not any harsh line. Alright guys, so moving on, I'm going to use a different color underneath my eyes. You don't have to. You can use the browns that I use, this one right here, and then put a little bit of the black. But today I feel like wearing this one. This one's like a green black, and I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes. I'm going to use the same brush, the angle brush, and then start in your outer corner and bring it in. Do more of a tapping motion versus a swipe. I'm going to keep it just at the ends, guys, today. Okay guys, you can use either a pencil brush or smudge brush. I'm going to use my Sigma short shadow brush, number E20, and I'm just going to smudge out that green a bit. Alright guys, so I'm going to put mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm not using the Maybelline Total Temptation just because I said this before. I think that the Total Temptation is great for the upper lashes, but I think the spoolie is too big for my lower lashes, and it never fails. Anything that's too big for my lower lashes, I always get it on my skin, and I definitely don't want to do that. Alright guys, and that is it. I hope that this was simple enough for my newbies, and if you have any questions, please let me know. You guys can always email me at cynthiabarrow@yahoo.com if you have any question. And please guys, do not forget to follow me on my other social media. Sometimes if I'm not posting here on YouTube, I post on my Instagram, I post on my Snapchat, I post on my Twitter, and I post on Facebook a lot. So yes, let's stay connected, and don't forget to thumbs it up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Share my videos, and please comment. I love comments. I like to interact with you guys. I may not answer the same day, but I will eventually answer. So please comment so we can talk. And that's about it, guys. I will see you guys within 2 to 3 days. I love you guys so much. Bye guys.